No, so
No,
if you're the owner, or if you're a manager, or if
Uh-huh.
you're even just a 10% owner in the business in that industry, you have to go get fingerprinted.
I mean,
for
it makes
TDLR.
sense. Yeah, it actually does make sense.
So,
So, do the massage therapists also have to get really? So it's only the establishment.
no, I mean, not to my knowledge. I don't know on the LMT side what they have to do.
Yeah.
Individual. I mean, I know from y'all's previous guest, from Melody,
Yeah.
they have to do the 500 hours and
Yeah.
stuff.
Now, okay, so what do you think of the quote? And we just talked about this: "Jack of all trades, master of none."
I think it's horseshit. Like you and I talked about
Yeah.
this, but like
It's
I'm
true.
not a fan of that, because I'm one of those like where I really enjoy having multiple outlets of
I love
creativity
that.
or different things. But I like understanding and mastering a skill, like y'all talked about on y'all's last episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beauty Bound with your hosts, Crystal and Jackie. Today we have a special guest, is Matt Nelson. I kept on joking with him that I was going to call him Matthew.
And now she did.
And now I did. If not, I'm going to call him Matthew at some point just to fuck with him. But anyway, we have Matt today, and he is the owner of Peachtree Rose Marketing, of the podcast studios that we're in. Yeah. And he has many other ventures, massage therapy. I mean, he is not the massage therapist.
And massage chair therapy
Oh,
now.
my God, yes. He has this amazing chair that I've already tried. But he has a lot of business ventures, and I thought, we both thought it would be a good idea to have you here, because we know now you've dealt with TDLR.
Yes.
And I think I even told you from the beginning, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have you on just so we could hear your experience on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do a little introduction about yourself, I know you're kind of nervous because this is your first time.
Yeah, the irony. So I own the Peachtree Rose Marketing, the marketing company, and obviously the podcast studio. This is my first podcast as a guest, so thank you for having me. But so I started Peachtree Rose Translations, a translation agency first, and that got me down the marketing path as an entrepreneur. And I was like, oh, the marketing company can market the translation business, and I just wasn't creative enough to come up with a new name, so kept the same name.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with Peachtree Rose? Is that the street you live on? Is this a childhood memory?
Yeah, no.
He's like, actually, yes. Wait, are we recording on all cameras already?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I hope so.
Sorry. That was
So they haven't turned off yet, so.
Okay. Sorry, that was my squirrel
Tells
moment.
me yes.
By the way, I think everybody in this room has ADHD. So
Undiagnosed,
undiagnosed,
but probably.
Yeah, two of them undiagnosed, one
Squirrel.
diagnosed. Yeah.
I watched a documentary and I was convinced. I'm just saying.
All right. So how did you come up with the name?
So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So everything there is Peachtree, whatever.
Okay.
Like Peachtree Street, Peachtree Boulevard, Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, like everything's Peachtree.
Oh shit.
Nothing is Peachtree out here, so I wanted something to kind of differentiate.
Okay.
But also have, kind of my heritage, right?
Yeah.
And then my wife, she's Vietnamese American, but born and raised in East Texas, so Tyler, Texas.
Yeah.
The Rose, Tyler Rose is like a big deal there. They have the Rose festivals and stuff like that. So Peachtree Rose.
I love that.
We need you to speak into your mic though.
Oh, thank you. I've told people this.
Yeah.
I've just never been told that. So
See?
it works.
There you go. That's how it works. So tell us a little bit about why you started the massage therapy.
Yes. So this month, November 2023, right? So I just started a massage therapy establishment business, right? Just got the license and everything. So we're speaking out of the co-working space where we kind of headquarter the business, right? That's where our studio is. I just felt like in co-working, where you kind of have the flexible office environment, it'd be really cool, like in a professional office building, to have like some wellness in terms of something that, a massage studio.
Yeah.
I'm a DV, like disabled veteran. A part of like the stuff that I do, like as a consumer, I go through massage therapy, and I'm one of those believers, like, if I could make a business on stuff where I'm a consumer in, like, all the better, like less overhead on my end. So, I talked with Jim Garrett, the owner here. He doesn't get like a kickback or anything. I'm just, at the end of the day, kind of you can't call it a tenant legally. We're members. We're not tenants of the building, but it works well with the ecosystem. more
Yeah.
or less. Yeah.
That's cool. So I know that was like your first, I guess, dip into the beauty industry type thing.
Yeah.
How was your experience with TDLR?
So yes, Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. That was a first for me. So in terms of entrepreneurship, I'm used to like, creating an EIN on irs.gov, like going through Texas Secretary of State, getting the LLC. And both of those were pretty easy, like normal. But then TDLR threw me the flaming Rubik's Cube. Like it was a little bit of an uphill battle. So
Yeah.
at first, when I like applied for the fingerprints, because as the owner of a licensed massage therapy establishment, you have to go get fingerprinted for a background check, which was fun to me because I've been through that before
Yeah.
on the government side. But it was just weird because like you're doing this through a third party. I forget the name of the company that does
Yeah.
the fingerprints, but I'm registering. I'm doing the application, and it clearly says massage therapy establishment for the application, but then it's asking me for the liquor license number. And I was like,
Oh,
Like, what the fuck?
liquor license.
yeah, and I called them, and they were like,
You're like,
oh,
I'm not a masseuse.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, Melody is gonna get on you.
It's not the first time I've heard jokes about the new venture too. All kinds. So I've had to tell people, it's a studio, it's an establishment, it's not a parlor.
Yeah.
We're marketing ourselves differently, right? But no, it was weird. I even called the company that was managing it Identigo.
Yeah.
I remember it. So they're the third party that does all the application and the fingerprinting and stuff. And of course, like I was getting to run around with them, and they're like, "Oh, it must be a programming error or whatever." I was like, "So everybody trying to go this route right now is probably just not going through with it,
Yeah.
and maybe just doing it anyways. I don't know, but
Yeah. Because then what the fuck do you do then?
I don't know." So the solution was just me coming up with something creative. So like 2:00 in the morning, because I get up early. Like I was like, I can't. Like I already ponied up on the studio upstairs. I'm already paying monthly. I've already had conversations with an LMT, like a licensed massage therapist who's going to come in. I got to start monetizing this somehow, and I need a license to do it. So I just went in and plugged in 000000, and it fucking worked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there you go. If you're trying to get, an establishment license, that's the trick, guys.
Yep.
But I know you were on hold for quite a.
I was. Oh
Right?
yeah, you remember that? I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. So I was on hold with like the first customer service representative you get on TDLR.
Yeah.
It wasn't TDLR. It was actually it was the third party. It was Identigo
Oh, shit.
or whatever. They were the ones who
Oh.
put
So-
me on hold.
So then, like, what's the reason for having to do fingerprints for LMT?
For a massage therapy establishment. My guess is it's relation and correlation to like human trafficking.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought for the happy ending part.
that too.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
both being illegal industries, right?
both illegal. I'm like,
No, so
No,
if
yeah.
you're the owner or if you're a manager or
Uh-huh.
if you're even just a 10% owner in the business in that industry, you have to go get fingerprinted.
I mean,
for
it makes
TDLR.
sense. I mean, yeah, it actually does make sense.
So
So, do the massage therapist also have to get really? So it's only the
no,
establishment.
I mean, not to my knowledge. I don't know on the LMT side what they have to do.
Yeah.
Individual. I mean, I know from y'all's
Yeah.
previous guest from Melody,
Yeah.
they have to do the 500 hours
Yeah.
and stuff in terms
I
of their
forgot to ask
licensing.
her. We actually didn't ask her about. Well, because I was unaware of the
I don't
fingerprinting.
think she has to get.
Yeah.
She would. I don't think you have to get fingerprinted.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
sure.
crazy though. I mean, it makes sense as an establishment because if you're hiring for the happy ending part,
Yeah.
which again, no, it's
We
true.
are not,
I don't
by
know
the
why
way.
I
which
we
they
not,
are
but-
not. No, you have to really like.
if you're hiring for the happy ending,
No, and that's 100% illegal. But you will not. I don't know if you've ever gone into TDLR or to their when they send their weekly emails. I think it is, or monthly emails. They send you a list of the people who have violated their licensing or their establishment
Oh, really?
licensing. Yeah, and it'll tell you the reason they're getting shut down. And a lot of those times, it's because
Prostitution.
yes,
Yeah.
and a lot of it
it's all these
because of
shady
sexual
massage
shit.
therapists.
Yeah.
Well, which is crazy though, because there's like if you think about prior service, right?
Yeah.
In San Antonio, or Military City, USA, like there's base there's a base list that goes out of like establishments that are off limits,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of those are either like smoke shops or places, you know.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
see, and I'm telling you, it's a legit thing. There's so many people, and it's a business,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they continue to be in business as long as they don't get caught.
But Texas and California are the two biggest for both prostitution and human trafficking.
And then because in California,
Yeah.
what is it? Escorts are legal.
I know.
Probably
Oh.
like.
I'm like,
I
But-
know.
but
not because
what
she
is the
did it,
gray
guys.
area
no,
then?
I
I,
want to know.
I knew a lot of.
Yeah, so the gray area with that, obviously, you could be an escort as long as you're not doing any sexual favors.
Mhm.
And the only thing you're offering is massage and
Massage?
yes, massages and what is it? And just like accompanying a person to go, or
Like the traditional, like what an escort
yeah,
used to be. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
As opposed to
yeah,
what everybody knows an escort to
Exactly.
be these days. Yeah.
exactly. But obviously, to catch women or men who are doing escort services with the sexual part of it, they'll do like the little sting
Undercover,
operations. Yeah. Where if you end up offering, sexual services, you fucking get arrested right there on the dot. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's crazy. The massage therapy industry and it's not even the massage therapy industry, but just the things that get done with it, But again, that is not what. I don't know.
It
And
sucks
always
though
ends
because
up-
it's a part of wellness and like
Yeah.
self-care and stuff, and like
Yeah.
so we do the 20-minute chair massages.
Yeah.
Like we're you sit down with like the little.
It's like a little egg,
Yeah.
and it hugs you.
Oh, you're talking about the electronic.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have
Oh,
we
you're
have
talking
the
about the other,
electronic chair
yes.
one, but then we have one where you have the licensed massage therapist,
Yeah.
like digging in, doing
Yeah.
some of the deep tissue stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
do
that's the one
that.
that she carries, like she'll carry it around, right?
Yeah, so we do it private to office in the building, and then
Okay.
we do it in the studio. But then we also have the like 60 and 30-minute Swedish massage.
Yeah.
But there's so many like good health benefits of
Yeah.
massage. But it sucks it.
It has
It's
a bad,
also-
there's bad rep because
Yeah.
people look at it on the other part of it, instead of the massage therapy, they also, the masseuse, which I didn't know there was a difference until, a few months ago with Mel.
Mhm.
But now, like seeing, I think you even mentioned like, oh, now I kind of get it. When you guys, when you guys talk about the whole business aspect when it comes to the beauty industry, you've gone, your hands or your feet dipped into this already, your toes dipped.
into the
Your toes
TDLR
dipped.
Toes
world.
dipped. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of the fucking.
It's a little bit
term.
more complex than just regular entrepreneur. Like Texas is the most, in my opinion, business friendly
Yeah.
place to start out a business.
Yeah,
But then like dealing with licensing and regulation,
Yeah.
that was a new one for me.
yeah. Because I
So,
know even they took a while to send your establishment license out, correct?
Yes.
And you were worried about the LLC, and I was like, that doesn't matter. You can still have your establishment running.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are worried about that. What if your LLC is not in place? Can you still operate? Yeah. Like as long as you have that licensing, you could always still operate.
The most important part,
That's the most
especially in that industry.
Oh yeah, that's the most important one. Having your establishment license or your mini salon license, that's more important than having your LLC in place.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have the licensing, you can't operate at all. But if
Yeah.
you don't have your LLC, you can still operate while you're going through the
Mhm.
process of it.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
At least that's my understanding. I mean, that's how. I've
It's
done
worth noting none of the three of us are CPAs or attorneys.
No.
So.
So do not listen
Or
to us.
lawyers,
Or
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
but those are the things. I mean, so far, even when I did for my mini salon license, I applied for that, and then I went and applied for my business license, and I think I was already doing business, and it asked me when I started business, and I put the actual date because I mean, I had someone who hadn't even applied for any of that,
Mhm.
and they had been in business for 12 years. So,
Wow.
but they had their mini salon license, so all that
Oh,
was in
right.
all that was in place, but she didn't know that she had to have everything like the what is it, your fictitious name and all that shit.
Like DDBA.
The DBA?
Yeah, they didn't know they needed all that. But
Do you need a DBA though? I thought you just needed the LLC.
well, it's either a DBA or LLC.
Either or.
I
Yeah.
think it's either or both. You can have a DBA
Yeah.
as well.
I
Because
got
your
both, like a
DBA
psychopath. I got everything before.
No, but that's good because your DBA will tie into your LLC.
We're still working on that though. I think we mentioned that a couple podcasts ago that they are not connected yet.
Still,
I haven't.
it's almost a year.
I haven't had word that they have been joined together. So
Oh shit. Okay.
unless TDLR just has
No, it's not
has
TDLR.
not told me.
It's not TDLR.
Oh, sorry, the SOS.
Yeah, Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Texas Secretary of State.
Some shit like that. Yeah. There you go. So,
Yes.
what do you do? What's your full-time job?
So
I mean, because I feel like everything you do is full-time no matter what.
that's how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up early and go to bed late.
Because 2 in the
Yeah.
morning, like you wake up at 2 in the morning.
Sometimes.
I go to bed at 2
only
in the
when
morning.
I've got to edit y'all's podcast
Ah,
late.
shit.
Oh,
So it's our
no.
fault.
No,
Which
like,
it was late today.
it what?
Oh,
I'm
did
just-
we
That
also
editor.
mention he edits the podcast?
Yeah. So he's
Did we?
when we say
Like we said,
our
he
producer,
owns.
yes.
Oh,
But
okay,
we
okay.
gave him a title, and when we always talk, our producer, this is who we talk about.
producer,
this is our
Matt.
producer, Matt. You know, he has free range to edit however he wants. But
I try and do it
Yes.
to y'all's liking, hopefully.
yeah, it always comes out.
No, he
really good.
came in. He was like, "I know you told me not to do this, but I did it anyways."
Yeah.
But I did it like subtly. I said, "Excuse me."
But I made it more marketable.
Yes,
More
which
marketable.
is- I love it. I love it. Honestly, I started laughing when it was when I heard. I think I was in that part where she says, "Oh, I hope that's not a trailer," and I was like, "Ha, it was."
Boom.
Yeah, it was so awesome though. No, but yeah, like, what is it? Like, what is that you do? Not full time.
Full-time.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
well,
full time.
It's my W-2 life.
Yeah,
right?
what's your
It's what
W-2
pays
life?
the bills
Yes.
because it's not this. Yeah.
Yes.
Someday, right?
What's your W-2?
So I burn a lot of leave, but right now I do work for the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, behavioral threat assessment cell. It's like Criminal Minds for the Air Force.
So you're snooping on us, is what you do.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
I'm just teasing you.
This one's like thwarting acts of targeted violence.
Oh, shit.
Throughout the Air Force, like stopping people from doing stuff before they do it.
Okay. Oh, that's
you
cool.
kind of weigh in on risk factors, warning
Yeah.
behaviors for targeted violence. So, domestic violent extremism, intimate partner violence. It kind of runs
shit.
the spectrum. Workplace violence. So,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
damn. I didn't know they had something like that. Especially,
Yeah.
well, with the in the Army, there's a lot of shit that you hear.
So
Mostly, I think.
it was a
Like
few
just
years
the
back
Army.
here. So 2017, there was the Devin Kelly case. There
Mm-hmm.
was a huge shooting that made national news. It was 26 people killed in a church.
Oh,
my
oh
God.
shit.
And it was
Yeah.
right down the road. It was Sutherland Springs, Texas. It's right next to San Antonio. So, after the investigation, they realized he was former active duty Air Force. There were a lot of warning behaviors and risk factors that were investigated in terms of intimate
Yeah.
partner violence. Out of that case, there's a $177 million lawsuit in addition to all of the deaths, right?
Yeah.
Against the Air Force and the Department of Justice. We can talk about it now because now it's news
Yeah.
and now it's done.
Yeah.
But that was a big part of kind of protective investigations
Yeah.
and getting out in front of things. And it's one of those, just like sexual assault cases, which
Yeah.
is totally different from targeted violence stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's not my job to persecute somebody or
Yeah.
anything like that, but it's our job to investigate. And if someone's innocent, make sure that, they're innocent.
Yeah.
And then if not, get them the help that they need, at least on the targeted violence stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I have my opinions on the sexual assault stuff. That's different. But
Yeah.
the targeted violence stuff, a lot of that is, someone's kind of spiraling down a different direction,
Yeah.
getting them off that track and getting them the help that they
Okay.
need. And if need be, yes, separation from service,
Yeah.
but not just closing the door and saying, good luck, you're society's problem now, which is
Oh.
like the old way of doing it.
Yeah. Because Javier has a family member who, very young, joined the Marines, and I mean, he should have never joined the Marines, in my opinion. And he ended up going AWOL. He ended up freaking getting arrested and doing all this shit, This kid is crazy, legit, And I remember Javier was like, I don't know how the fuck they let him join, because it's true.
Yeah.
But
They don't do good assessments, I feel like, when
I
you
don't
go
think
in.
they do. I don't think they do. But I think even while they're in, like you said, there is signs, and I'm sure there were signs, but there was nobody. And when he got kicked out, it was just like you said,
Mhm.
your society's problem now.
We are
Yeah.
like, as a country, agencies, Department of Defense in general, different branches, we're getting a lot better at,
Yeah.
targeted violence and really assessing that and documenting it and communicating it outside of the
Yeah.
DoD, which is, it's kind of the most important part.
Yeah.
Making sure if someone's separating from service and they have had, a history of
Yeah.
risk factors and warning behaviors,
Mhm.
like that's communicated to local law enforcement or to FBI. There's so many other options. Like the VA has a great threat assessment program.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know about it.
Oh shit.
But yeah.
That's cool. And then, so that's your full time. So you're a contractor, or because you're in the Army, correct?
So I'm still in the Army Reserves, and I'm
Okay.
building my way out of that. I just dropped my inactive ready reserve
Yeah.
packet, so I can't wait until that's all dotted off,
Yeah.
and I'm no longer a uniformed
Yeah.
service member. But on the civilian side, I'm a federal employee, a civilian with Air Force
shit.
OSI
And that's the one you're still gonna be doing.
for now.
Yeah.
Just in case my supervisor listens to this one, yes.
Oh
yes.
my
Yes.
gosh.
For a long time to come.
For a long time.
Until I build myself
In
out
case
of a
he
job,
tunes in to Beauty Bounds,
right?
it'll be one of the 5 viewers.
In case she tunes into Beauty
Oh.
Bound.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there might
So,
be a slight
a
chance.
shout out. No, but I think it's really cool that, I mean, obviously you have all this military experience, but then you get to do, I think, your creative outlet when it
Mhm.
comes to your business, correct?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have coming up that you're like looking forward to as far as business side?
So on the massage studio, I'm massaging the relationship. So I'm working out. I'm trying to build a relationship with a local school, like a massage school.
Yeah.
In
Mhm.
terms of, because I've had a problem with labor. Like, there's not a lot of people who are going for like the Indeed stuff that I got
Yeah.
out there in terms of applications for a licensed massage
Yeah.
therapist. And I'm trying to incentivize it in terms of having like an hourly rate
Yeah.
where someone will be guaranteed a paycheck just for being in the space. Because
Yes.
it's kind of a pretty targeted audience. We have 14 floors of a professional office building
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, but also having that commission piece too.
Yeah.
It's been difficult to find people. I've got one person who's here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday
Yeah.
for a certain amount of time, but I need someone like
For the
here
rest.
Oh,
rest of the week. So I'm
really?
still trying to play with how that works.
Yeah.
Very new to me, so working that out. But that's the biggest thing I think in the hopper for me. There's one school locally. I don't want to say their name because we haven't said anything yet.
Yeah.
But they're also interested in marketing, and they love the fact that I'm number one a massage therapy establishment
Yeah.
owner. That we have a pretty robust marketing capability in terms of the marketing
Yeah.
company, but they're looking to market to the local Hispanic demographic in
Yeah.
terms of students. And I have a translation business. So
Yeah,
that's
so
super
that
helpful
works.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think
Ah.
that would be something great, and especially trying to get. I always like I even tell Jackie, when you're trying to train someone, or even just to, when you're starting out with something, it's always good to get somebody who's fresh out of school, because you could train them your way,
True.
and you could help them grow, but also by teaching them the right way to to do something.
Mhm.
As well as when it comes to the commission pay or hourly pay. I still don't know what the labor laws are for Texas. I just know California. But in California, if you're a hairstylist or in the beauty industry, when you get hired on, you have to be, and a lot of people don't follow this rule, but you have to be hired on as a W-2 and commission. So if they're going to pay you commission, and if you're being told what to do, then they have to pay you hourly plus commission, or depending what's greater. If your commission is greater than your hourly, then you get paid just commission. If your hourly is more than your commission, then you get paid but there has to be a minimum.
Yeah.
So that they're not screwed on hours. Like I said, I don't know what the laws are here in Texas, which I always
think
say we
they're
have to look.
similar.
They're similar, right?
I'm pretty sure you have to. The person has to be, if they're a W-2 employee, and if you're kind of dictating how they have to do
Yeah.
it, where and when,
Yeah.
then they have to meet the minimum wage standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's and that. Oh well, duh. So he knows about this because you have 1099 employees now, correct? And
I do.
finally, you have a W-2.
Yeah. So for the marketing company, most of my team is made up of 1099 freelance contractors, and they're very specialized in their stuff, and I have kind of a flexible work environment that feeds really well into the 1099 realm. And then we just hired our first W-2. So
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she's really nice too. So
Mhm.
I met her. You haven't met her yet.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sydney.
Yeah, but it's because Jackie's always late. I'm just kidding. I the last 2 episodes, I've been the one that's been late as well. So you're forgiving, just for this time. No.
Okay. It's been a little more than 2 times, I'd say. I got here once before you. No, twice.
Okay.
In the very past.
Oh my God.
But I think those were morning times too. If I come in the evening, it's because I'm waiting for Tyler to get off, which is
Tyler.
Undecided.
It's always his fault.
He's getting the shout outs these days.
Yeah, he always does,
is.
but that's only because he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
We know he doesn't listen to the podcast.
That's
so
why we edited it this way
Yes,
to draw him in on the
yes.
last episode.
Pull him
Yeah.
in. We'll be his gym playlist, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully one day. Oh my God. What else? I know I had a shitload of questions in my head, and we talked about it too beforehand. Like, what are we going to talk about?
So, here's a question. If you're only to do one thing out of all these, what do I even call them? These ventures, I guess.
Yeah, business ventures.
What would it be?
Oh, if I only did one thing.
You could
One
only
of them,
choose
yeah.
one.
You can only choose one.
Video editing for Beauty Bound, of course.
Duh.
Fuck yeah.
No, okay, so what do you think of the quote? And we just talked about this: "Jack of all trades, master of none."
I think it's horseshit. No, like you and I talked about
Yeah.
this, but like
It's
I'm not a fan
true.
of that because I'm one of those like where I really enjoy having multiple outlets of
I
creativity
love that.
or different. But I like understanding and mastering a
Yeah.
skill, like y'all talked about on y'all's last
Yeah.
episode. It's great as a business owner, like as the video editor. I may not always be the video editor on every single episode for every single, for you guys probably.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty tied in and cued in on how y'all like it.
Yeah.
But as we get new podcasts and stuff like that, I'll have to build a system and a process.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't assess it as a business owner unless you have at least a solid 80% understanding on,
Yeah.
well, at least this is the time commitment or this is the skill point that
Yeah.
you have to have. So,
Yeah. And it's true because I've already dropped the shit that I don't like, but I've mastered even the shit that I don't like anymore, like hair. I mastered it before I dropped it, and I worked in it for such a long time. Nails, same thing. I mastered them, and I got tired of them, and I stopped doing them.
Yeah.
But we're not fucking just.
Well, except my lash class that I did.
That's the only. Oh, you know how to do lashes?
Exactly. Exactly. I ain't doing them for a reason, but I
Yeah.
went to the course.
What else do you do?
So I started the translation business a decade ago. I rebranded it to Peachtree Rose Translations.
Yeah.
It used to be Type 2 Translate. I wanted it to be a passive, online only business.
Yeah.
Never works out that way.
Yeah.
But I started that when I was in Korea, active duty.
Oh, no.
Buddy of mine was getting married, and his fiance at the time, she's either Thai or Filipino. So it was either Tagalog or Thai.
Yeah.
In terms of her documents needed to be translated. He knew that I went to language school through the Army, but I was a Mandarin linguist, like Chinese.
Yeah.
So I didn't speak Tagalog or
Yeah.
Thai. But I knew some folks who did.
Yeah.
So just kind of building that network. I was like, oh, this is a business. And then sure enough, it wasn't a novel idea. There were already like online platforms
Yeah.
that did that. So I just built a freelance, translator network and kind of built it out of that. Totally forgot your question, and then I just ran with that.
That's okay, because I forgot what I asked too.
Hobbies. What do you like to do on the side?
Oh man. So I like y'all's podcast because y'all talk about the hubbies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about we'll call it gender roles.
Yes,
in modern modern working families.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a husband and a wife who both work. So my wife, she's a family nurse practitioner. She's super busy up in Bernie, and we have 2 kids, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, who keep us super busy.
Oh, I know.
You're like,
I'm
so
like,
that's my
I know.
hobby.
And that is my hobby. Yeah. If it's not entrepreneurship
Yeah.
or like being here in between hours
Yeah.
doing stuff or
And they make fun,
business,
him and
yeah.
his wife make funny videos, actually. Well, there was one.
Oh.
So there was one that I think one of them popped up on my feed, And then so I went to your wife's profile, and there was one that she made a bet with you about drinking a glass
Oh
of
my
water.
gosh. Yeah.
And then
She got me.
Yeah, and then he like it was covered, right? And then she's like, I bet you, I forgot, I think $100 that I could drink the water that's in that cup without having to move the towel. And he's like, no. So then,
And then she's like
yeah,
doing
she's
a curse on
yeah,
the thing.
like doing this, right? And then he's looking at her off like, what the fuck are you doing? So finally she pulls the towel off, and then she grabs the cup and drinks it, and he's all, what? Like, are you
Oh,
serious?
she got me to move it.
Yeah, so she got him to move it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So
And I was like, man, I walked right into that.
yep,
one.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So so she does funny videos. I don't know if any of them were recent, but I thought that one was really funny.
Yeah, so she's big on content creation too. It's just the timing thing.
Yeah.
I think for both of us. But I've told her she needs to do more of that for like her business role,
Yeah.
as a provider.
Yeah, because
That'd be
she's
cool.
a nurse practitioner. Do you know how many good things she could do in the beauty industry? Like, girl.
Man, I told her like because we had a med spa client early on,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, there's so much opportunity
Yes.
for you, like from the entrepreneurial side of the
Yeah.
house. But
Yeah, because it's like she could be an injector. Yeah,
After some time, like lots of years, I hear they do start to like turn over. They get so over it, and they're like, you know what? Let's do something else with nursing. That's just not like.
Because does she work in a clinic, or does she work at a hospital, or at a?
it's a pretty oversaturated market in San Antonio for hospitals for nurse
Yeah.
practitioners. But she's been in the clinic space with her third like private practice
Oh,
provider.
that's awesome.
When we first started dating, she was a
Oh.
registered nurse in East Texas,
Yeah.
and she was in the hospital, and she worked ICU and step down ICU, a lot more fast paced.
Yeah.
So it's like a love and hate thing in terms of the clinic, and,
Yeah.
and, like it's a little bit more routine than she's used
Yeah.
to. But
Because then she sees
but yeah.
patients, right? She
Mhm.
sees patients, and it's more of like your normal cough or your,
Yeah.
no. No, it's just
Nothing
I was-
critical.
No, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
true. Like when I call to make my appointments with my doctor, she always like, well, we don't have the doctor, but you can see the nurse practitioner. I'm like, okay, because they're,
Yeah.
I think, and honestly, the nurse practitioner is way better than my doctor. So,
Yeah.
I'll go see her anytime. And because I feel like nurse practitioners or PAs take actually more interest in their patients than the actual doctor does.
Yeah, and not necessarily where she works now, but she's noticed there's a lot more of a business aspect to it, and that's
Mhm.
kind of different for her as a provider.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh man. Well, let's hope you could, eventually convince her to join the beauty industry.
Yeah.
She'll make tons
That'd be
of
cool.
money.
That would be so dope.
That would be
Mhm.
like, imagine having like a Botox injector, and all that. No, honestly, like to have someone like that in the podcast, that would be so cool. Or even just to have her, kind of give us her take on the beauty industry when it comes to the injecting, because I'm sure she has
Her
opinions on that.
yeah, for sure.
And that's
Mhm.
cool because I think we always hear the opinions of just, I guess not normal people, but just every, a Jane Doe who wants to do injecting, but you're not qualified really to do it.
I've had this conversation with my RN friend, and she's like, Jackie, just do it. You're not a nurse. Who cares? It's so easy. I'm like, you're saying that, but to me, it's very frightening.
I know, but I'm sure. I'm sure you've talked to her about this.
Like Botox?
Yeah.
So she can do it. She doesn't like doing it as much.
Really?
Yeah. She likes the provider aspect.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm like Mrs.
Sorry.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh,
How much a unit? I'm just kidding.
oh my God, Crystal
Like,
over here
I'll come here like,
Crystal's trying to network here.
hey, isn't that what life is about? Networking?
It is.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yes, I networked. Wait, what? So last night,
She
I
networked.
introduced
That doesn't-
Crystal
that
to one of
doesn't-
my connections.
I know that doesn't.
Nice.
Last night I networked. How did you?
I see how that sounded now.
with a lash artist. She really did though. So I think
did.
it's all about networking. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a part of business.
A part of life.
Yeah. And you're very big on it as well.
For sure. And building a marketing company, I didn't expect to do as much like interface with folks, but I think that's the best way to do business.
Mm-hmm.
Now that having done it, like to answer your earlier question, if I had to pick one, like it would be the marketing company.
marketing.
I just enjoy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you get in depth in understanding like folks' business processes, you know, and I think that's super passion, a
Yeah.
big passion for me.
Yeah, and it's true. I think the way you do talk about it, and even when you're asking, well, why don't you guys have a website, or why don't you guys do this, and you know, I mean, we bought our domain because of Matt. I mean,
It's just a sales
yeah.
tactic.
I mean,
Yes.
we have a domain now, you know, but still no website, guys. But
We made one step in the right
yes,
direction.
so BeautyBoundTX.
the second step is pending.
yes, we're gonna talk to Matt about that.
Wait, beautybound.com?
No, BeautyBoundTX.com.
Oh, that's right. Beautyboundtx.com
Yeah.
is pending.
No, it's ours.
It's ours. Sorry.
Yeah.
The website.
I
is
meant like
pending.
it up. It like
Oh,
being
no.
able to.
So we own the domain,
We own the domain.
and obviously
it's not live.
It's not. There you go. It's not.
That's
live.
what I meant. You know, that's what I meant.
So she says.
But I'm actually glad it didn't work out and y'all went with the TX.
Yeah.
Only because y'all are branded, you know, Beauty Bound TX.
Yeah.
So it works well with what y'all got.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
so we're gonna talk to Matt about that website. Because
Oh,
I tried to
we
build.
are?
Yes, because I tried building that shit. That's not working out. I already told him we got to talk to you.
Oh, I'm pretty half decent at making websites. Just give me a couple months.
you cut off your
kidding.
fucking
me
head
a
off
couple
of your
months.
Shit, you cut off the head of your fucking website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fixed yet.
See,
Give me
she says she can handle this shit.
Give me a couple more months, and then the head will be in the right place.
Oh, okay. Wait, haven't you known about this for like 3 months already?
I keep forgetting. I think I fixed it.
We'll work with you.
Yeah.
It might be. Maybe
Just-
my mouth is showing now.
Yeah. Now I don't think that's. Maybe your mouth is showing. Oh, on the picture, I was like, wait.
Maybe
what?
I've slid myself down a little more.
Oh my God. Well, I think this is it for today, but we do want to thank you for being on. Like I said, we really wanted to bring you on and obviously give you a shout out. I think we always try to give you a shout out because you've been great to us and for, you know, you've created a space that I love and I'm sure you feel the same way. And if you don't, shut up. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry.
I said, if you don't feel the same way, shut up. But if you feel the same way, go ahead and express your opinion about this place.
Oh my God. So as soon as I walked in here, besides that like bitchy lady, it was great.
Who no longer works here.
Yes.
No longer. We let her go. Me and Crystal had to.
Yes, we let her go, guys, because she was a bitch. No, but she was. Yeah. If it honestly,
But-
I am so glad because we wouldn't have. We
That
wouldn't
was the
have.
funniest, though. I remember y'all telling me about
Yeah.
that. There was a person who used to work here, and there was a less than favorable interaction. Try to be as diplomatic as possible here.
Yes,
Who
I was
used to work
reco-
in the co-working
yeah.
space and is no longer here.
Yeah.
I was-
And it was right after we
It was
came
it was
too.
it was
so
right after
funny.
y'all started, and y'all just told me like
We're
you-
not.
I remember you because you told me you felt dismissed,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh yeah.
funny you should mention that. Like just
She-
a moment ago, she was let go.
Yes. So honestly, if it wouldn't have been for that, I think that was a big turn off for me because
Oh yeah.
I've always said just because somebody has tattoos or somebody's hair color is different or because somebody looks however, it doesn't mean you should dismiss them. And I think that happens a lot in the professional world.
Yeah.
Because fuck, it doesn't like it shouldn't matter. Like none of that should matter.
Absolutely.
I just see you have a tattoo. So I should dismiss you.
This is probably the most comfortable I've been around y'all, like in terms of like,
Yeah.
I got jeans
That's
on.
true, I know.
Usually I'm wearing like, dress pants
Yeah.
or
A
sweater or
suit,
something.
yeah.
That's a suit. Yeah, he's always wearing a suit. He's always very professional.
Last time it was like a damn sweater, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a little cooler out, so I got to get my Cosby. Wow. You can't say that these days.
Oh,
right?
jeez.
Yeah.
No
The
Cosby.
owner of the
Yeah.
massage parlor.
Pulling another Crosby. No, sorry.
Massage parlor?
I know.
Dang.
That is wrong.
I know.
Parlored and Cosby'd. Yeah. Yeah. No,
I know,
I've
I'm
actually been
joking.
called the Blues Clues guy.
The blue. Oh
when I
my
got the one with the
god!
lines on.
Yes. Oh shit! What was his name?
I don't even know.
Oh my god! I just forgot his
Wait,
name.
who? Steve?
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blues Clues.
I never watched it, but
What?
same day I got that joke from 3 different people.
Oh shit! So
Not
did
the
you have-
same as the parlor people jokes. But, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
or Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. But anyways, yeah, my experience here has been just so good.
Yeah.
Everyone is super nice. When we come
Yes.
in here and we do our thing, we have our business meetings, we kind of go over time.
Yeah.
We've been known to
Yeah.
due to
Luckily-
Crystal's behavior.
You bitch.
Damn.
I tell her we gotta go and she just keeps
Whatever.
Keeps
This
me.
bitch brings us pumpkin cheesecake, and then we have to eat that beforehand. So then that makes us take
oh
longer.
my gosh. The
And
one
then-
time I bring food.
Shut up. I keep on bringing food, please. It was really good. Yeah.
I only will if I know I'm gonna be on time.
This bitch was late. Like how long? Like 30 minutes late.
Well, I did tell you 30 minutes in advance, so
You told me 30 minutes in advance that you
When
were
she
gonna
was going to be on time, she said she'd be late.
Yes. Like no, she you know what
30
she
minutes
said?
in advance of the lateness.
Yes. So she actually told me at like 3 something. She's like, "Oh my god, guess what? I'm gonna be able to leave early because Tyler's gonna be home early."
mm-hmm. But Tyler got home late.
No,
there was so
yeah.
much traffic, and I was like, "Damn, where the hell is he?"
Yeah.
And then I looked at the time. I was like, I gotta go." And then I was like, "Damn, I
Do
can't
you
find my
see why we
keys."
could never finish on time?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find my keys, and I was like, "Shit."
Yeah. And then
I-
right after I said we were done with the podcast, you just kept on going.
Oh,
Just kidding.
speechless.
Now I'm gonna pull a Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler, if you're listening, I gotta go relieve my wife. Of the
Oh, that's what
kids.
you were. Oh no, you did talk about that. Never mind.
He's like, no, but seriously, I have to go.
I know. But yeah, thank you so much for being on. Hopefully this will be an easy one to edit, you know.
I'm just gonna. You won't even have a guest on this one. It'll just be the two.
Oh my
No.
god.
I don't even think I could do that, but yeah.
But how do you feel about, recording your first podcast?
It was super. So customer experience in any venture that I do is
Uh-huh.
a big is of importance to me, right?
Mhm.
It's like the biggest importance. So this was cool sitting in the hot seat because I think like even before we started, I was like with Crystal, I was like, so that camera angle, it would be so cool if you were just able to change it from the seat, all that kind of
Yeah.
wish list stuff.
And
So
then
that's pretty
my
cool.
my answer to that was
Oh
like,
my
do you know how
gosh.
much fucking money that would be?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so
That'd
I'm
be
way over budgeted.
ridiculous.
that was
on this.
my bookkeeping side was like, no.
Put it on the tab.
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
And he says it's a write-off. He hasn't even done his books.
Oh
Have
my
you?
god.
Still?
Nope.
Oh my God. I get on everyone for not doing their books.
I'd be your favorite and least favorite client all at once.
Yeah.
Everyone tells her that though. I said I'd be her worst client, and now I'm like, I'm looking pretty good now where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah. You're like, after I've heard some stories, she's like, I think I'm good.
I think Mercy's on the top.
Yeah.
I'm
Mercy
like second
is-
place.
Mercy's
maybe
very
third.
good. Mercy's very good about her. You're actually
Third. I know. I'm probably third. But I bring you desserts, so
You
it makes
do.
up for it.
Yeah. For once, she actually told me that she was going to be buying something ahead of time.
Yes.
Oh.
But that's a one-time thing, I'm sure.
What was it?
The red
I don't
dress.
even remember.
The
No.
red dress.
The
I
infamous
had
red dress. Yeah.
I had to convince her.
But wait, what happened to the red dress? Would I ask you? Did you buy that at a sex store?
Dang. It's for marketing purposes.
That dress is too damn short.
Oh, I know. I was like, actually,
Never mind.
I'm gonna get another one.
Yeah.
because it shows it all.
It was supposed to be a Mean Girls dress. It was not a Mean Girls dress.
So it was more of like a jacket.
Yeah.
I'm like so serious though.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Did
could
you
have
return that?
not yet.
Oh.
I will.
Yeah.
I never return things.
You have receipts for everything, Matt?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we've been trying to end this for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
now.
Crystal, what the heck?
So fuck off.
She always keeps continuing. She blames me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We hope you enjoyed this, and happy December, whatever. But it'll be the first week of December when you guys hear this. What? First, second, third, fourth. The 6th, December
The
6th.
6th, Christmas is coming.
Yes.
Whoop.
Oh, damn. Yeah. So, yeah. Have a good Tuesday. I'm not going to say have a good morning because I don't know when this is coming out. If it'll be. I'm just kidding.
Whoever the editor is out there.
Yes, editor, please. You know what to do. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just teasing that. You know, I really don't care what time it. I actually slept in today, so I completely forgot about.
We're going to be
uploading.
early next time.
Yeah.
You always sleep in.
I know, but today was more than normal. Like when I saw his text that it was going to be late, I went back to sleep and I didn't wake up till like almost 11. I was so tired.
Oh my goodness.
You got to remember, my son just got surgery yesterday, so I didn't sleep well last night. He slept in my bed. Yeah. But anyway, bye guys. Thank you. And I forgot where my fucking sound went.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. Bye.